Hey guys, so welcome to part 2 of the new Annika enclosure. We're gonna head out to Dallas to pick up this enclosure. It's gonna be a long drive, but for you guys it'll only be half a second. So, let's get started. Okay, so here we are. Time to go pick up the cage. Okay guys, so we made it back. It was a long drive, hour there, hour back, but here we go. We're finally back. Here it is. All we gotta do now is, just set it up. The first step, which we're gonna do, is put all the branches in, silicone them in place. Then the substrate, the height spots, and also the heating stuff and like the thermostat. So yeah, this is it. It's 36 inches from top to bottom. 90 by 45 by 90. So it's a super large enclosure. Now you guys can kind of see why I had to build this thing so big. Just because I wanted to have plenty of space from the top of the cage to like the top of this. Let's get this thing unpacked real quick. Okay. Yeah, this is something that I got with this one as well. It just kind of keeps the doors closed. Nice ASMR. Right here, there's a little bit of chip glass. If it would focus, no, it won't. Just a little bit of chip glass right here. So I'm gonna have to clean that and make sure, no one can get cut, because I've already cut myself on it once messing with it.
Here we go, let's start with the project. So the first step we're doing is literally just cleaning up these branches, getting them ready. Basically all I'm trying to do is just get off as much maybe sediment or whatever was on them from where I got them from. Just trying to get off as much of it off as possible. And I just have the hose just cleaning it off. Then I basically just let these dry for a while, and then we get to cutting. Okay, so here we are at the cutting. Basically all I'm doing is eyeballing this. As you can see, I did have the tape measure for that specific one, but for the most part, all I'm doing for all these cuts is just eyeballing it, trying to get as close as possible to the correct sizes of the enclosure, which I know is not really the best way to do it. I don't really know what would be the better way. It's just kind of annoying being super accurate with just a handsaw, because I don't have a chainsaw or any better system of cutting this. If I had a mobile bandsaw, it'd probably be really easy to do cuts like this. But here I am, just using my muscles and doing I think a pretty fine job chopping through these logs. Here we are at the next step. So for this step, basically I'm just trying to decorate these branches to make them more green and just make them look more natural. So for my needs, I didn't want to use live plants for this enclosure because vivariums don't really mix that well with large species of snakes like carpet pythons, because basically those carpet pythons just beat up the plants. They'll just keep on climbing over them and the plants will have a very hard time growing. So for my needs, I just needed a nice looking branch that's low maintenance. The snake can keep on climbing on them and not break them or pull them out, because how I'm doing this, as you saw, I'm drilling a hole, as you see here. Then I take some silicone, put it in the hole, and then just put the plant in. And that's a very simple way to make a really naturalistic looking branch without having to use live plants. Okay, so it's the next day. All the silicone had plenty of time to cure. Now all we gotta do is put these into the enclosure. So the plan is to literally just take every single end of the branch and just silicone it to the side of the enclosure. This will hopefully create like a relatively permanent setup that if I had to someday I could easily modify, and hopefully it'll be strong enough to where a large carpet python won't be able to knock off these branches from the side of the wall. You know, we'll see over time to see if that'll actually work, but yeah, that's the plan.
I'm not sure if I caused this problem or if it was already broken. I have a feeling I broke it, but I don't know. Who knows? Because if I was one who broke it, this thing broke extremely easy. It's like paper or something. But anyway, so when I was opening up the doors, as you can see, the pin that basically holds it in the top of the enclosure that allows it to pivot, allows the door to open and close, just kind of snapped off, as you can see. So yeah, it sucks because, you know, now I need to order new doors. But now the good thing is since I have to order new doors, I'm just gonna order both new doors, because the other one, funny thing is, the other one has that chip in the bottom right hand corner, and obviously this one has the missing hinge thing. I don't really know what else to call it. I guess it would be a hinge. So yeah, it's not even a solid piece of plastic, it's literally hollow, so it's like, I don't know. In my head, it seems like a poor design. So I kind of wish they made it like these a little bit stronger, but you know, I guess it is what it is.
Alright, so preparing the glass for siliconing is pretty simple. All you need to do is take some rubbing alcohol, put it on a rag, and then just clean the glass. All this does is removes any impurities like fingerprints or oils that could disrupt the seal between the silicone and the glass, thus making the bond weaker. So yeah, that's the goal. Now all we need to do is secure the branches to the inside of the enclosure. Silicone normally takes about 24 hours to cure, and because I wanted to layer the branches in a way to make it more naturalistic looking, I would basically silicone one branch in, trim off the excess silicone the next branch in, and keep on repeating the process day after day to make sure every single branch was siliconed in. Okay, so all the siliconed branches are fully cured, ready to go. Now let's lift up this enclosure and put it where it's supposed to be. Okay, so now it's back where it's supposed to be. Just doing some quick little vacuuming and cleaning of the glass in between to get it ready for whenever we finally can put Annika in.
Okay guys, so remember how before when I was setting up this right here, I basically broke the doors. So this apparently is gonna be, you know, my new doors. I have very bad luck ordering glass things online, so hopefully they're in one piece. If they're not in one piece, well, things are gonna be delayed once again. But yeah, hopefully they're in one piece. So let's get to opening. I don't even know if this is gonna be both of my doors or only one of the doors, because I placed the basically I ordered one door and then I was like, wait, I need two doors, so then I had to order the other door. So hopefully this is both of them, but guess we'll find out in a second. And it looks like it's just gonna be one door. Definitely just one door, and it does look like it's in one piece. Yes, it'd be funny if it was the wrong size though. Basically, from my experience of breaking these, let's not break it. Okay, so basically the proper way to do this, to install these, is you take off the lid at the top, so then basically it lets you bend the top more, the top frame more. Because currently, like, the top is very rigid. Got the lid off. Now we just gotta put the door in. Okay, so basically, literally all you do, in theory, is just plop it in. Man, I don't want to break it. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Go. Okay guys, so as you can see, we got the door completely installed. Yes, very good. Anyway, door is completely installed. Now we just gotta wait for the next one. So for me, it's gonna be, who knows, maybe it'll be next week, or maybe it'll be later today, which would be weird for FedEx to arrive twice in one day. But I guess we'll find out, we'll see what happens. Anyway, so you guys will just, you know, see me back in like a second. Okay, here we go. Round two. Got nice fragile stickers. Let's just talk about this packaging real quick. Look at this. What in the world is that? Like, come on. I don't understand. Oh, if it's cracked, I'm gonna be so annoyed. They sent me the wrong door. At least it's the right size of door. Okay, here we go. Round three. Let's see. Does it have the correct door in it? That is the question that we ask ourselves. It appears to be packed well, so that's good. Only a thin layer of bubble wrap. Please do to me it's the right one. Oh no. Oh, come on, bro. You literally sent me the wrong one. That's crazy.
Okay, so as you can see, I magically have a door now. I'm cleaning up these doors. Just, you know, for fair warning for anyone who has an xRepto enclosure, don't break the doors. It's a pain in the ass to get the correct doors. So yeah, just fair warning to you guys. They're pretty easy to break as well, you know, so thanks Exoterra. But anyway, here we go. So we're gonna put in the left door. Yeah, so I fixed this door by literally putting like a nail and taking the peg that I broke off and just putting the nail into the hole so it's hollow, and then just siliconed it in, and now it's a fixed door. So it's a very simple process to fix. And now here we go, we're putting in the thermostats. Both these thermostats, you guys might be wondering why I have 2 thermostats running. Basically it's to control the warm side and the cold side. The warm side is controlled to basically like 93 degrees, and the cold side, or should I say the cooler side, is like 83 degrees basically. The purpose of this is to just give the snake a large temperature gradient to decide on its own how warm or cool it wants to be. Okay, so some of you guys might be wondering what kind of lighting I'm using for this enclosure. They consist of literally just LED floodlights that you can buy on Amazon. Very cheap, they're LEDs, so they last years and years and years. I also have a UVB bulb on this. Now, some people might be wondering, why would you have a UVB bulb for a snake? Because normally you don't really need UVB for snakes, because snakes on average are very, very either nocturnal or they hide during the day, and basically they just don't need UVB. But this snake, the purpose for UVB for this specific snake is, I've heard from some people that maybe if you have UVB, it kind of boosts their colors a little bit more. So that's the main purpose of UVB in this enclosure. Okay, so now it's time to put in the substrate finally. So I'm using cypress mulch in particular for this setup, just because I just like the naturalistic look of it. Some people just use aspen, some people just use like newspaper, but I just wanted a more naturalistic setup, so I chose cypress for my bedding.
Okay guys, so I'm pretty sweaty right now after working on this enclosure for, I don't even know, I think it's been like almost an hour. But either way, it's finally time. It's after such a long period of time that I've been waiting for replacement doors to arrive. I finally just decided, you know what? Screw waiting for doors. I'm just gonna fix this door that was only mildly damaged. Like basically the top peg that goes up into the frame snapped off. So I just repaired it, put a nice little metal piece in there. So in theory it should be even stronger than it used to be. But yeah, so this is the enclosure. It's all set up. As you guys can see, we got our warm side and we got our ambient, ambient temperature slash other warm, you know, it's just basically with an enclosure this large for a carpet python, basically they have plenty of places to temperature regulate throughout the enclosure. For those who don't know, that basically means that snakes have to use their environment to basically decide how warm they want to be or how cool they want to be. So let's get started. So Annika has been on the move for a little bit. She's exploring. Look at her go. She's just massive compared to how big she used to be. I'll roll a quick clip showing just like how big she used to be. But man, just look, like she used to be like, I would say a little bit bigger than like a foot basically, like probably like 14 inches. But now look at her, she's almost 4 feet. Let's put her in. Come on. Hey, come on, let go of the wood. What are you doing? Come on. She doesn't want to go yet. You just want to keep on exploring, don't you? Jeez. So now it's time to put her in. Just look at this massive enclosure for her. Like she's gonna be so excited. Come on. She is so excited to go explore. Where are you going, Annika? And oh man, she's gonna love this enclosure. Like the main reason I wanted to get this enclosure is simply because of just the amount of vertical like climbing she has available to her. Because carpet pythons love climbing. So man, she just looks so good in this enclosure already. Just look at her go. She is so happy to be in here. If only the camera would focus, but you know, my camera's trash. Feel free to join my stream and donate so I can buy a new camera. You know, it's only gonna be $3,000 to get the camera I'm looking at. But yeah, look at her go. Oh man, she looks so perfect in this enclosure. Hi, Snowball. Hi. Anyway, yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, you're new to just what I do here, and you enjoyed the video, make sure to click the like button and the subscribe button. And yeah, also I stream every single day on Twitch, so if you guys want to check me out on Twitch, links are in the description. Is twitch.tv/xRepto. That's my Twitch stream, and like I said, I stream there every single day. So you know, if you want to see more content, yeah, Snowball, really? Yeah, Snowball says you better subscribe, or else he'll bite you. Right, Snowball? Right, bud? Oh. Give him a little jump scare. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and Annika definitely enjoys her new enclosure. So see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.